Hello, Jo Wiehler. I am so excited and so honored to have you here on this interview. I'm
Oh,
just going to ask you a few questions after a short introduction.
okay,
Okay?
perfect. And I'm so excited to be with you, Isabel. You're such a beautiful person. Thanks for
So
having
are
me.
you, Jo. So I'm going to take my cheat sheet. So Jo is the owner of La Bella Sabionita Retreat in northern Italy. She is also the creator of the Powerball team, and she will tell us more about both. She's also a sales and marketing coach and a mentor to many. So Jo has a heart of gold. We just recently met, and I'm just thrilled and honored to have this privilege to interview you today. So Jo, welcome.
Thank you. And thank you for having me. And thank you for all the work that you do and for being a part of the Powerball team.
It's
I
an
am very
honor.
blessed to have you. I'm very blessed to
It's a
have you.
blessing for me to be with you. So I'm just gonna ask you, who are you and what do you do?
Well, I mean, who am I? I think we're all still trying to figure out who that question is. Who are we? Who is any of us? My name is Jo Wiehler. I was born in Durban, South Africa. We immigrated to Canada as a child. I'm number 3 out of 10 children, and then we immigrated to America. So I grew up all over United States. I don't have my native accent at all. I will pick it up when I'm around somebody from South Africa or Australia
Yes.
who comes back. But I am a mother of 2 children, 2 amazing children, 3 if you count my honorary daughter. I am an artist, a previous business owner. I've owned several businesses in my life. I've owned a couple of art businesses. My very first company was called Pencil Portraits, where I did, family portraits for people. There's some of my artwork back there. It's a mural that I've started. It's going to be an Italian courtyard if you can see it.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's
Beautiful.
gonna be beautiful. So I'm dyslexic, so I'm severely dyslexic. So school was never an option for me. So I actually, instead of going to school, I just opened up my own business, Pencil Portraits, when I had very little children, and I would draw, portraits for families, for weddings, for especially newborn babies and children, which I
Beautiful.
really love. I love doing that. I love people so much. So,
Yes.
and then and then after my divorce, I removed back to Canada. I opened my cleaning company, Sparkly Clean, owned that for about 15 years. And we evolved from just a regular cleaning company. We went to a staging company. I started doing business contracts, industrial contracts, doing penthouses, staging for the buyer's market, doing movie sets, TV, decorating for um, you name it. Like Christmas, they would hire me to come in and say, could you decorate for a party? Could you do this? Could you do that? And so I started doing
Wow.
weddings, started doing events, started doing fundraisers, and it grew. So everything I try to do, I always try to do with a give back attitude.
Oh,
Of,
yes, I know that. Yes. Go ahead. But
I,
let me just acknowledge you for growing a cleaning business into this wonderful event planning and staging. That's wonderful. I think you're just meant to do things bigger and better.
well, I think sometimes I was a single mom at the time. So I think sometimes we learn to say yes a lot, to go, okay, that will cover the light bill. Oh, okay, that will cover,
Hmm.
gas in the car. Oh, okay, that will put groceries, you know. So
Yes.
I think we don't necessarily know or want to do that, but we necessarily, learn yes, so that we can just, keep rising. So the good part about my business is we grew really rapidly. I had a different way of doing. I I when I teach sales and marketing, I do things a different way. I look at things general angle, just kind of like what we're doing with the Powerball team. Is there's different angles to do things, and so many people do funnels, and and
Yes.
funnels work for some people. Funnels work for other people. Somebody who's severely dyslexic, they don't really work at all.
Okay.
Like
So what
so,
did you do?
what we did for my cleaning company is I wanted to do something to thank the ladies and my employees. So I made sure that everybody was paid a daily salary rate, whether the clean canceled or not, they still got paid the same amount,
Wow.
because it was easier for me than to figure out, the minute, when you're doing it per hour, you also have to do it per minute, per second. And I didn't like that. So a lot of the people that I hired were single moms. I wanted to
Mm.
make sure that they were paid and compensated so that they didn't work for me and then have to go back and work again. So I made sure that they were paid 2 or 3 times higher than what the going rate for, wages,
Wow.
which meant for me, I didn't make a profit for a little while because I would run to the bank before the girls, "Oh, okay, payday." And I made sure that they were paid every Friday. I was very strict to make sure that they were
That's
paid
amazing.
every Friday. Yeah, it was important to me that they were paid every week, that they had their birthdays off, that they were closed when school was closed, that they were paid for Christmas break, that they didn't have to worry about the 2 weeks, that they could
That
just be
is
with the kids.
so kind.
And
I'm
so
blown away.
what we did differently for my business, instead of paying the advertising, Vancouver is a very expensive place to live. So instead of paying for advertising, if you do bench, it's like $4,000 a month, right? Just for the bench advertising. If you do the
Hmm.
bus, do other advertising,
Hmm.
it's very costly. So what I started doing was, hey, it's Mother's Day. Let's have a Mother's Day luncheon and we'll raise money for breast cancer, for Heart and Stroke Foundation, for women's cancers. And we would do a Mother's Day luncheon and charge everybody $35, 45 at the door. And everybody, the minute I would come up with the idea, I'd start lobbying for free
Yeah.
gifts from
Hmm.
vendors, from places. And so we did that. We did like a Father's Day barbecue at the park where
Hmm.
I rented a bouncy castle and things, and charged each family a certain amount. And then we would donate that money to like neighborhood kids. And then we did
Oh.
like for school, and we
Hmm.
did an annual toy drive, which is my favorite because I don't care what religion you are. I don't want to see a child go without
That's
anything.
right.
So we did that, and then it just evolved. I started doing I'm a big Christmas fan, so I started doing my annual Christmas party, which was again another toy, food, clothing, scarf,
Hmm.
mitten, socks, necessity toy drive. So I would collect. People would come, and I'd feed them. We'd have so much, and my house is always decorated like so my house that I had in Canada, I think it was 54 Christmas trees everywhere. And then
Okay.
it looked like a Hallmark movie. Everybody was like,
Right.
oh my gosh, but it's really pretty. So I'll send you pictures later. But and they would all come and they would bring toys or socks or mittens or something, and then we took them to Toys for Tots, or we would take them to families that we knew needed, or we'd go down there in Gastown that right before it, you see a lot of homeless people, and we would
Mm.
mittens and hot chocolate.
So that's
So
how you gave back to the community and those in need.
yeah,
Yeah.
and my business grew because I treated my ladies so well. So that started growing. I had a chance to go to France. I ran. I bought a bed and breakfast over there, but I bought it in a very bad location. So I thought, oh, everybody 4 hours away from everything in the countryside, with not even a grocery store close by,
Mm.
and
Okay.
nobody came. So
Nobody came.
I ended up, turning that over, selling it back, going back to Canada, and then moved to America, bought my home, moved to America. I sold industrial steel buildings. I sold industrial lighting, industrial insulation gutters down, everything. So I was selling, so I started selling just the regular garage buildings that you would put up in your backyard. And I ended up selling like airports and airplane hangars and, big industrial warehouses and storage units. And I ended up doing an outside sales um, on my own because I was just better interacting with people.
Yes.
And, and so I didn't know how to do any of that. So I self-taught myself how to do the CAD drawings, how to do all of that.
Amazing.
But I feel like when you sell, whatever you're selling, whatever product it is that you're selling, if you go direct to the door, you are selling something. You are, a missionary. You're, Mormon. I'm Mormon or Jehovah's Witness. No offense, because I have lots of Jehovah's Witness friends.
Yeah.
Or you are soliciting something. But if you get to know them and you take the time to serve them, and you take the time to love them, you take the time to be involved in their life, they may not buy from you immediately, but you create a friendship and you create a loyalty. And
That's
so
right.
when I say that I do things differently, I do things differently. So when I would sell a building, most of the salespeople on the floor, and there were two women, me and another girl, and so it
Hmm.
was a really tight gastro industry.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the sales guys would just crank out building, 3 or 4 buildings a week. And I
Wow.
would sell 1 or 2 buildings, but my buildings had 4 or 5 times more profit because
Really?
I didn't just sell them a business or a building. I wasn't just interested in the quick sale. I'm like, what way is your building facing? Do you need gutters? Do you need downs? Do you need windows? Are you putting doors in? How about insulation? What about lights? I can help you with this. So when I would sell the building, I got to know every single need that they needed and I helped fulfill it. And so when I
Wow.
would sell the building, they basically just, I would even help them get the construction person to put it up. So my buildings would go from instead, $1,000, $2,000 profit margin to $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 profit margin, right?
Very, very smart. And you filled again, you filled the need, right? You saw their needs, you were aware of that,
And
and you
I
created the
got to make a lot of
relationship.
yeah, I got to make a lot of friends. I mean, they still write me and they go, "Hey, how's it going in Italy? When can we come over?" So, and then things happened in America, and
Mm,
Italy opened up. This opportunity virtually is a miracle, really. If it weren't for the fact that I owned my house in France, I would never be here because somebody who followed my page in France told her friend, family member that was selling. She told her cousin who lived in Italy. I got a phone call from Italy and from, an email. I didn't know anybody in Italy at the time. And basically they said, we'd like you to buy this home, blah, blah, blah.
is
It
this the
was,
La Bella Sabionita?
yes.
Wow. So you
Yeah.
came, tell us the story. So you got a phone call and then what
So,
happened?
so I got a phone call. My daughter and I booked a flight out here to come see it. We signed the papers like immediately. So
Amazing.
the house in itself is a really special house. I didn't realize it until I was in there cleaning. And so 500 years ago, the house was a Jewish synagogue.
Mm-hmm.
But I there is a Jewish synagogue to the left of my building, which is still there, which is the Jewish Synagogue Museum. It has the Ark Room. It has a room where it has some of the sacred relics there that were
Mm-hmm.
left as unfortunately the Jews were exterminated in 1939, 1940 due to Hitler and to the extermination of Jews in Italy,
That's awful.
which is, that's a horrible part, but I
Mm.
believe that I have a responsibility to bring it back and to serve that community and to um, showcase, not in I don't want to say it in a bad way, but I want to bring the back of that building. And so as I was cleaning my building, there's a room upstairs that is the Ark Room, which is a very sacred sanctuary. It's like the sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
And as I was cleaning that, I realized the whole building, because they had partitioned off, the whole building 500 years ago was the Jewish synagogue. And
Mm.
in the attic where we have the retreat rooms, it is absolutely the most sacred feeling ever.
Oh,
You
wow.
when you're in the media room, which is for yoga, or
Yeah.
if somebody wants to go in there and watch a movie or do a PowerPoint presentation, you feel the most incredible spirit there. But then
Amazing.
on the interior wall of my attic, which is the dining room, sitting room area, the private dining room up there, there is an interior window that opens into the retreat room
Oh.
or into the Jewish synagogue, that you could see the
Mm.
sanctuary area, the Ark Room. And it's really it's very cool. So Sabianita is a very special town.
Yes.
Also, the locals will tell you that this is where Leonardo da Vinci got his art apprenticeship when he was a nobody artist. So
No way.
he stayed in anybody's attic. Yeah, it was when he signed his paintings Leonardo
Yes.
instead of Leonardo da Vinci. He only started signing it da Vinci when when he got well known and he needed to have a title. Where are you from? Michelangelo is da 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 da.
Yes.
From da Vinci, right? Because I'm from the town of Vinci.
Is that how his name came about?
Yeah,
Interesting. So your place is really like holy ground and artistic ground and
yeah. And that's the coolest part is the locals, especially the elderly, will they have no problem pointing out and telling you, oh, Leonardo da Vinci, was here when he was young and nobody cared about him.
Yes.
And right up the road, one of the cities that we're going to on our retreats, that you are going to as well, is called San Giovanni in Croce. And that is the Medici summer home, the Medici.
Yes. Yes.
And that's the house where he painted the lady with the ermine, where she did the side look.
Yes, everybody's seen it. Yes. Oh gosh, we're gonna see it. That's awesome.
Yeah, and he designed the gardens. The gardens were a gift to Signora Medici. That was his best friend. And just recently, they have found, as they were doing some renovations through coronavirus, they had found a wall that was actually a fake wall that is full of letters and correspondence between him and Signora Medici.
No way. There is so much history, like right
Ah,
where
I
you
know,
are.
so-
That is amazing.
So-
And now we
and-
have the amazing Jo to fill the building with her vision and her creativity and your love and your kindness and giving back to the community. I'm blown away. This is amazing.
Well, it's going to be so exciting for everybody because through coronavirus, like I had originally bought it just for a bed and breakfast to do retreats,
Just
to do retreats, weddings, events.
yes,
Not your
events.
typical bed and breakfast, because I looked at it like bed and breakfasts are usually filled up on the weekends, and then you starve during the week. There's nobody. So I
Okay.
thought, what do I do to create an ongoing, people coming through
Yes,
that
tell
not
us.
only help the town of. So I said I'm going to do my retreats there. So it was originally I was going to do my own retreats, and then I
Yes.
thought, and I got to know wonderful coaches through coronavirus, and gave you guys the offer to come, which you are. I'm so excited. Isabella's coming.
I am more excited. I can't tell you. So back up one bit, Jo. So you were gonna host your own retreats. How did that vision come to be that you wanted to offer retreats to other coaches? How did that start?
Well, in coronavirus, so I had to refund quite a lot of money. I was actually originally slated to open in 2020. Well, that didn't
Yes.
happen for anybody, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we didn't know anything about coronavirus. We thought, oh, it's just going to be like no big deal. So I refunded. And I got to know the coaches. The hardest part about doing any retreat for any coach is the deposit down.
Yes.
It's when you find your ideal location, and then you go, okay, great, I want to book this for this retreat. Then they go, okay,
Yes.
we need blah, blah, blah. And it's usually, that is usually the hang point for everybody to go, oh, okay, we're going to do the retreat in my backyard.
Yes.
So I wanted
Yeah.
to create an environment where you guys can come and do your retreats, and things just work out, and things are done differently, that the coaches benefit, and we get to have wonderful people from around the world. So how it actually blossomed was through coronavirus has actually been a blessing. I got to know so many coaches from around the world that we got to be really good friends.
Yes.
And I originally had offered it to my Australian coaches first, and to one of the ladies I mentor in Jamaica. And I had originally said, hey, would you guys like to do this? I was hoping for maybe 2 or 3.
Yes.
And so when I offered it to the Australian, she's like, well, it takes us a while to come. So what if we stay a week? What if we stay 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? And the light bulb idea, which we're going to keep private,
I see.
came, and
So-
I was like,
So it all started again. It started small, like the cleaning company, and then one thing happens. But with your
Yeah.
beautiful skills of making relationships and contacts, it just snowballed.
and and how I met you is I saw your smile on Facebook, and
Oh,
I just remember just seeing your smile, and you look at your smile.
thank
It's so
you.
beautiful, and you have so much joy, and you just always seem to just have a kind word for everybody, and a gentle word, and it was your willing to get to know people. I remember you sent me a message and said,
Yes.
how are you? I'm so excited to get to know you, and what makes you happy? And
Yeah,
I'm like,
something like that. Yeah, I like to connect with people too. And I think it was something that you wrote on your Facebook page, like, was it I am enough or something? That caught
Oh, yeah.
my
Well,
attention.
and when you're putting your description down of what do you do, and we can go, oh, I've got a Harvard thing and this and that, and and I finally just scrapped it all, and I said,
No.
who I
No.
am,
Yes.
I have flaws, I have weaknesses, but
Yes.
I'm enough. Everything.
That is so beautiful. I think that is really a message that every woman needs to hear, because we struggle with that, right? So just to be
And,
reminded.
and it takes us a long time to get to that point,
Yes.
because there's always the scrutiny of, do I measure up? Am I as pretty as this person? Am I as smart?
Am I doing enough? Yes.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
I serve? Am I
Yes.
mean? So,
I think Jo Wiehler is doing enough. You are amazing. It's always the self-doubt, right? I could probably tell you every day of your life you've done amazing things and wonderful things, but sometimes we just have the self-doubt, and that's why
and sometimes
I
we
love
don't.
you.
Well,
and,
I
and
love you
and your
too.
community building, and I see that in the Powerball team, that everybody's lifting each other up. It's like encouraging each other, and I think as this woman, we're really good with that.
Yeah.
It can go the other way if we're not, like, if we haven't learned how to, be secure, and like you said, if we don't feel like we're enough, then we might be more jealous and bickering. But if we have come at least one step closer to that feeling, I am enough, then we can give, and
Right.
then we can encourage each other.
And I think, when we're younger, we're always competing, but, am I cute as that girl or whatever? Am I talented? But I think when we get to a point where we realize the only person we compete with is ourselves. So
That's
if I
right.
did this yesterday, I need to, how can I be better than myself today? And am I doing enough to serve? Am I keeping my promises? Am I doing enough?
To
Am
yourself.
I,
Yeah.
and so I think when we get to that part of ourselves where, we've all gone through trials. That's part of life for every single one of us. We all go through heartbreak. We all go
Yes.
through feelings of not good enough or ugly or
Yes.
worthless. And I think when it gets to that point where you unleash and allow yourself to just be, I can never be this person. I can never be Isabel. I can never be Maddie. I can never be, and you say, I am just Jo Wiehler. And I think once we start thanking the Lord for allowing us,
yes,
personally, because what a privilege it is to be Isabel. What a privilege it is to be Jo Wiehler. What a privilege it is to be, why did God choose us to be that specific person? And
keep
so
preaching.
I'm still trying to figure that out, going, we have some days we have
it's so good.
I'm actually, to a point where I love who I am. I love my quirks. I love my, I'm not perfect by any means, but every day I strive to be better. And I think if I can serve more and love more and give more of myself freely, I think the happier I become, just because I'm not focusing on me. I'm not,
that is what I have gotten to know from you, that you always giving, that you're always loving, that oozes out of every pore of your body, the giving and the love. It's just, yes, you are doing that. You don't have to wonder. You're giving. I think that's the word that describes you. You're so generous and so loving. That's how I would describe you. And a visionary, a wonderful, beautiful visionary.
Well, I do. And I have really big dreams for
yes.
us.
Yes.
I have big dreams and goals for, and and that's the problem. When I was growing up, we weren't wealthy at all. We were very poor. And there was one time we were having some furniture repossessed, and I was watching Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, and I was watching, it was a castle or a chateau in Tours, France. And I remember thinking, why not me? Why not me?
That is amazing. That came
the
to
guy,
you at that moment. Why not me?
well, no, the guy actually, they were getting ready to take the TV as well. And he leaned on the TV and he let me finish watching it. And then he said, kid, you'll never have it. Like, look, we're taking your furniture. And he wasn't being mean. He was just kind of being matter of fact.
Matter of fact, yeah.
And I remember as a little child thinking, well, why not? Why not me? Why not you? Why not you? Why?
I love that.
Why, why do they get that lifestyle, but I don't get that lifestyle? And so that was always kind of
that was ingrained already somewhere, not from your circumstances and not from your upbringing or your family, but it was programmed in you somehow. Why not me?
Yeah. Why? Yeah. I mean, how are we different? Like, we're not different, right? And and the other thing was the Declaration of Independence, all men are created equal. And
Equal.
if you are a Christian, or if you somebody who reads the Bible or believes in God, it is one of the human facts that are taught that we are all created equal.
Yes.
So why can't
Yes.
we have these fantastic lifestyles? So my brain's
I
always,
love that that was given to you as a child in a really dreadful moment, really, and you started dreaming big even there. So it's in you.
well,
It's in
and
you.
it's funny. As children, we think this is normal. We think, oh yeah, everybody gets their couch taken away, or
Yeah,
their
you
TV.
didn't think of it any differently. Yeah.
We don't know. We
Yeah.
don't know that we're poor. We think everybody, has colored money.
That's
You
right.
don't? What's wrong with you?
That's
And then when I
right.
moved to Canada, and Canada's money is colored, I thought, oh, everybody's on welfare. See, it's all.
Oh, what a story.
Yeah,
Yes,
it took me a long time to go, no, that's not it.
that's not it.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Wow. And I
but
just love your heart in this, because um you had that program in you, Why Not Me, but still it's combined with your beautiful heart. So it's not like give me, but I have more now, how can I give more? Which I love that about you.
well, I look at it like this. Most people go into business for what they can take and what they have, and how much they can put in their pocket.
Yes.
And a lot of people argued with me when I ran my cleaning company, because I paid my team more.
Yes.
I ended up having 14 teams, and I made it so that they didn't clean more than 4 houses a day. That the minute we got to 4, we would start another team, and the minute we started another team, I would go and get as many customers as we could on those streets. So that way they basically just worked on those streets, and it minimized the drive time, it minimized,
Perfect.
but I believed in paying them so much more. And I believed in, I think as business, we need to shift that, because so much, I don't believe that it's bad, but I do believe that there is a big shift that needs to happen, that more go into the hands of the people who actually support the business, and who actually help raise the business up. And, the saddest thing for me is to see a billionaire in any industry, and to see he's got or she's got this fabulous lifestyle, but their people are working 2 or 3 jobs, still not enough to cover the bills.
Whoa. Yeah, that
So,
would be sad. Yeah,
yeah.
that would
So
be
I
sad.
want to do what I can globally, to shift that.
That is a beautiful vision, mission and vision. I love it. A woman on a mission to
Yeah,
shift that mindset. That is beautiful, to take care of those who help you build the business, and to, yeah, be generous
well,
with them. That
and
is a
it's
beautiful model. I'm so glad. And you had how many? 14 teams in Canada?
Mhm. Yeah.
It worked.
We were actually getting ready to publicly franchise my business, and I ended up getting stage 4 breast cancer, and you know, and so sometimes the Lord gives, sometimes the Lord takes. And and when I
Wow.
ended up with stage 4 breast cancer, some of my employees, kind of did Chicken Little, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, it's the end of the world. And they, went and told a lot of my customers that, Jo's got stage 4 breast cancer, she's not going to make it. So gradually, what was very flourishing ended up, going away. And I understand you take care of your family and you need to, but it was at a very critical time. So I ended up, getting stage 4 breast cancer, a double mastectomy, a lot of very painful rebuild surgeries, a lot of failures, a lot of bed rest in between, and got me feeling like, my normal is over. What do I do? Right. Yeah. And that's when I went to France, and I lived there, and had picked the most beautiful manoir style home, and the worst location.
Yeah.
I mean, it was perfect for me, but not perfect for anybody else. But it was a dream that, it wasn't ready yet for the dream. It wasn't the right time.
But I'm so grateful you're here now, and you're beaming health, so you're doing better.
Well, I mean, my cancer came back 5 years later, and
Okay.
I ended up, with lung, ovarian, uterine, colon, and cervical cancer. So it was pretty much They told me I had, lung cancer. They told me then a week later I had ovarian, colon, cervical, and uterine. So it was like, I really truly don't know why I'm here, because medically I shouldn't be here. Like, but I think God's like, oh no, she's going to take over, man. If we send her up here, she's going to like,
She's gonna take over. I love your humor. So I'll
like,
pray that you will stay here for a very long time and
I hope so.
share your enthusiasm and your spirit and your love and yeah.
I hope so. But
Yes.
the
Yes.
vision that I have for
Yes, tell
the
us the
Powerball
vision.
teams,
Mm-hmm.
it is really cool because it actually happened by accident, truly. I mean, I've always had big goals and things, and I've thought, how do we impact, how do we just think beyond ourselves? Like there's
Yes.
more than just ourselves. There's
Mm-hmm.
people who around the world that need opportunities there. How do we help somebody in Germany? How do we help somebody in Australia? How do we help somebody, in Jamaica? How do we help somebody
Mm-hmm.
all over the
globally? Yeah.
And so when I had approached my Australian coaches, I wasn't expecting the response that I got. And it went from just inviting them to come for a week to them suggesting, why don't we come for a month? And I'm like, oh, okay. Perfect.
And again, why not, right?
Why not? And then when I, approached the other coaches, you were a yes. Everybody, there were some no's, and that's okay. There's some yeses and some not right nows, and that's okay too. But the idea grew and it grew and all of a sudden, all of us together is a mastermind, I think, because
yes.
you bring different talents.
Definitely.
So
definitely.
what I'm lacking, you have. What you're lacking, maybe somebody else has.
Exactly.
And together we become such a tight force.
Yes.
And it's made it so that we can cover anything and we can serve people. So right now we have 31 coaches total globally. Yay! That's a victory, because I was praying, please let at least 4 people say yes.
4? That's abundant blessings. Abundant. Yes.
And then we met Maddie, and Maddie then refers everybody, because she's like, oh, try this person, you need to talk to. And so then coaches started referring other coaches, going, hey, I think,
then more people thinking of more people. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And not just that, it's high caliber of people. Like, you guys are the best people. You guys are the best coaches. I cannot. And if you're being coached by Isabel, you are in. Look at how amazing she is, how transformative she is.
I love to transform lives, in a different way. But I love that to see a woman.
And so here's the thing: we have 2 guys. So we have 2 gentlemen on board.
Good.
One's a makeup artist, one is a special effects artist, and works in Hollywood. The other one works globally.
Amazing.
And then we have everybody, and we have authors, we have TEDx talkers.
Yes.
We have the best of the best in the industry. And just so you guys know, Isabel's being interviewed by one of the top TV shows in South Africa. How do I know? Because my cousin's in South Africa, and they're like, oh my gosh, how did you get on that show? That's like the most. So
amazing.
She's on the Red Corner show. You guys need to watch it and support Isabel.
Thank you. Very nervous.
Don't be nervous.
And that's a testimonial to the encouragement that I see in the group. It's women lifting other women and the guys. we lift each other up, and we encourage each other, and
we're not
like
afraid
you said,
to
the mastermind.
We're not afraid to go, hey, can anybody help me with this? Hey, can anybody help me with this? And I think it's the most utopian situation that we're creating, is that everybody wins. Everybody wins.
And you're already just the person. You're international, and now you have all these people. I mean, you can tell by my accent, I'm not from the US. I live in Florida now. I've been living in the US for 30 years, but I grew up in Germany and I was born in France. So I was, we're kind of international already.
Well, and we have more coming, and that's the thing, is each one of you coaches are so special and so rare, and bring to the table so much knowledge and wisdom and talent and your own you-ness. And that's what I think is going to make this succeed. So the goal and the vision that somebody threw out there when this was just getting started is that one day we're going to have locations around the world doing this exact same thing. And then we're going
Wow.
to have like stadiums full of people where we can, where we have like a great big, I guess maybe a couple of times a year, meet with them. And it's like a fun event. And we're on stage and we're in these beautiful ball gowns and lights. Everybody has their cell phone with their lights on, and we are impacting those, because if you impact a woman, she
Yes.
goes home, and we
Yeah.
always tell 10 people. If the movie was
She has her
horrible, they tell
circle.
10 people.
Yes.
Yeah, they tell 10 people, they tell 10 people, they tell
Yes.
10 people pretty soon. And so that's the thing is we are impacting. So far with 31 coaches, we will have almost 1,400 people come through the door that we will be impacting. And each retreat is 10 person to a retreat. And you're doing 3 weeks, is that right? 3
Yes.
or 4 weeks? Three.
But
yours is going to be so fun. She's doing a Christmas tour one where you get to go to
wait.
Christmas markets like San Marino and
Yes.
Verona and Milan Christmas market. Oh, Venice. Oh, I'm so excited for
but
you.
If you imagine, I can't quite follow your vision with the stadiums. I'm not quite sure what that looks like, but it's amazing. But even just if you are impacting us, and if we are impacting those 10 ladies in 1 week, that is an intense relationship building retreat. Those women will be transformed by whatever gifting the coach brings to the table, and they will walk away with more to gift to their circle. So it's so beautiful.
Well, and that's the thing, because normally, when I was coaching one-on-one, if I did an hour, half-hour phone call, usually, anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500 a phone call. And that's average, because and that is, your time, your technique, your skills, it's just like any coach on a football field. They know the strategy.
Yes,
they know, okay,
they know the strategy.
The coach for gymnastics, they can see beyond what you can see. And so that's the purpose of a coach. If people don't know, that is, they will actually help you get to success, because they can see the full picture of your blueprint.
Beyond.
They can help you get to that next step. So if people think about that, they get 7 days, 7 incredible days. They get 7 days. They get Sabianita, 2 days, Sunday, Monday, and welcome mixer. You get Verona, Mantova. You get Venice on Wednesday, Pisa, Florence on Thursday, and then, well, instead for you, you're going to San Marino and you're going to
incredible cities, incredible sightseeing. It's such a luxury experience, because you're in a beautiful place. You get to see more beautiful places and get to make these wonderful connections and learn how to transform your life and be better.
And that's the most important part.
It's a win-win.
They get to spend that week with you. They get to have that one-on-one coaching time that normally you can't afford that.
You couldn't afford that.
I could not afford that.
Yes.
It's those takeaways and those tidbits and those learning every single day that you get to be with that person. Yes. But I think the most important part of it is going to be your teaching, or whoever is coaching.
Everybody's.
That, and the Friday farewell dinner. That's where everybody gets to share their spiritual or their personal takeaways, or what it's done, or the transformation.
Like a campfire in an elegant way. We tell our stories from the week in a very elegant way. Pardon me?
Maybe we'll have marshmallows and we'll roast them.
No, I'm just thinking the concept reminds me of after a week of a camp retreat, you share what happens. So yours is, of course, but bigger and better. We do a formal event because we're dealing with Jo Wiehler.
And that's the thing, like everybody will have such a fantastic time, because you guys are going to such incredible cities. You're going to have incredible food, everything. And
I can only imagine
the crazy things that you guys will do on the bus. What happens on the bus stays on the bus.
Stays on the bus. Yeah, we might not share that.
It'll be tour guide secrets, but I just think it'll be the bonding time that you guys have together that really will impact these women and men's lives who are coming.
I know, it's gonna be amazing.
Then they'll go back and they'll teach their family and the community,
and it will spread like the impact will spread like the pebble being thrown into the water, and the ripples will spread with good things, We're spreading
Right,
good things, love
right.
and kindness and transformation of your inner self. And I have
And
to
I'll
look
be
at,
there to just hug people. I'll be like,
yes,
okay, do you need a hug?
do
All
you,
right,
yes,
here's
we
your
all do.
breakfast. Here's your
I can't wait. I can't wait. And
I can't wait either.
I just have to mention, you were holding up your pen because I'm looking up
Oh,
at my vision board right here in front of me, and it says there's a picture that says you've got a new chapter to write, and it looks nothing like the last one.
so
We're
you
writing
might
new
be writing your
chapters,
own, you might be writing a book or
just a new
how
chapter in your life. You're doing new things, and you're inviting us in your generosity and kindness to write new chapters in our lives. And as
and
nervous as I am, I'm excited at the same time, and I can't wait. And I'm just feeling so invited and encouraged by you.
and you know what though, Isabel, you have so much to offer people. Just, I mean, the I think the number one goal in everybody's is to keep the family together or to keep the harmony in the family,
To
right?
keep it at peace, yeah. And with 6 children, and I've
I mean,
learned a
I don't
lot.
even know how you
So
did that.
I would like to pass that on about all the tools that keep me connecting with them in a good way. So
Yeah.
that's, yeah,
Because I know it probably came with a lot of challenges. I know,
of
you know,
course.
one of your children has red hair, so I know
Of,
that you
yes, he stretched the envelope big time. Absolutely. Absolutely, he did. And he's also an artist and a musician. So, yes.
wow. So you
Yes,
had your hands full, but he's probably the most amazing person too.
they all are. They are all amazing in their own ways, just like you described people before. We are all given, and if you believe in God or not, or the universe, right? We're all made a certain way with a certain gifting. And
Right.
I'm just blessed to be in your vision and in your purpose. And the more we step into ours, the better the world will be. So, Jo, is there anything else you want to tell the listeners about you, about La Bella Sabionita, about the Powerball team? Did I miss anything? Do you want to add anything?
Um, I want to add the Powerball team is really amazing. Please support our Facebook page, La Bella Savianita and the Powerball. It's woman, but I'm changing it to team because
Yes.
we do have some more men coming on board. I really want to encourage you guys to get to know us, to get to know the coaches. I've asked all the coaches to put a video up. Isabel's retreat link is going to be going up there, and hers is in 2023. Hers is November, December 2023, but hers is going to be so fun. Do you mind if I tell about yours? Do you mind if do I
I
have a quick
thought
second?
you can do it quickly, but I thought we could do an extra interview with that. So, but
Okay.
quickly, yes.
So hers is, we changed things up a little bit for Isabel's because one of the things she said to me is she goes, I really miss the Christmas markets of Europe.
Yes.
And so she said, can we do this? And I said, let's go, girl, let's do it. So Isabel's is going to be 7 days of absolute Christmas bliss. So if you are a Christmas fanatic and you know, this is where you need to be. I'm
That's where you
not
need to
kidding.
be. Christmas
Yeah,
in
I am not
Italy.
kidding. It'll be Sabianita, you know, Sunday, Monday. Tuesday will be Verona, Manitoba and the Christmas markets. Wednesday is the Christmas markets. Thursday is going to be Rimney and the world famous San Marino Christmas market in the castle, which
I
is
saw pictures.
so exciting. And then
Oh,
it'll be San Giovanni and Croce, and then Milan to the Milan Christmas market, and then a fabulous Friday farewell dinner. You guys also get the flights, so you get the full round trip flights. You get the transportation to and from the airports, breakfast, lunches, surprises, lots of gifts. I love to give people gifts, so there's lots of gifts.
lots of surprises.
Parties for you, and then there is a tour guide, a driver, and a La Bella Savianita, a minibus, which holds up to 18 people.
Amazing. Everything is built in, everything's covered. Pick up from the airport and the tour guide and the bus and all these
And
like dream cities that we can't wait to get
oh my gosh,
to
I know.
see.
And you get the most fabulous coaches with that. So you guys, and you can, you know, it's all inclusive. So you guys can put your payment down and then make payments, or you can do it in one payment, or you can do it 2 payments, however you want to do it. We'll work with you.
Yes, all inclusive. Everything is planned out. It's so beautiful. So beautiful.
And can I just say one last thing? Because I know
Of
you do need to.
course. Go ahead. It's all
I just
yours.
want to I just want to thank you for your kind heart. I want to thank you for your beautiful kindness and your smile and your gentleness. And for every single person out there that maybe has compared themselves to another person, please don't, because you are enough exactly how you are. And we love you. And Isabella, I love you so much.
I love
I-
you too.
I'm so excited that you're part of this, and I'm so excited that you're doing this.
And I just want to acknowledge you again for who you are, for your kindness, for your love that oozes out of you, your excitement, your joy, your love for life. I just want to acknowledge you because you have had a long journey, and it's just beautiful to see you where you are and to invite us all in. So I'm very grateful for you. I thank you for the time that you spent here with me. Thank you. I feel honored and blessed
It's
to.
been my pleasure and my honor to be with you, because you're a Proverbs 31, 10 through 31 woman who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies.
Above rubies. Above
I
rubies.
love you.
That's right. I love you too, Jo. So I think we'll just say this is it for now, and I can't wait to see you. And thank you so much for being here, Jo. What an
I
honor.
can't wait either. Bye, everybody. Ciao,
Bye-bye.
Bella. Ciao. Bye, Isabella. Love